I can't feel the pain, but I can see the stars. I ain't even fame, but I know we will go. There's heaven all around me. There's heaven all around.
I'm sorry, I gotta say something. I promise you, everywhere I go, I'm bringing a speaker now. Because I honestly feel like I'm about to be a danger to society if I have to listen to this at work again.
Yeah, you got that yummy, that yummy.
Like, I really feel like it's in their best interest to stop the crime before the crime begins. What's good, y'all? Snoopy, you already know what we coming with. We have a project that, honestly, I chose to stay away from for a little bit of time, about 3 or 4 days. It wasn't that long. I really feel like I gotta be in a certain state. I gotta be in a certain point in my life when I listen to Saba, even though I've only heard one project from him. But before we get into that, I just want to breeze through, how I got introduced to Saba. I'm not gonna lie, I was a little late to the party with Saba. The first time I heard Saba was on Chance the Rapper's coloring book, Angels. I really didn't like that song at all. This song didn't, make me want to stay away from Saba. It just didn't interest me to look into his music any further. Now let's put this to the side. He showed up on one of my favorite projects of all time, Telephone by No Name. I'm sorry, that Shadow Man verse was just crazy. And the thing is, even though that verse was crazy, it still didn't hit me hard enough for me to go check out any of his music that he had beforehand or even after that until the critically acclaimed Care For Me came out. The only reason I listened to this album is because at this time, I was really depressed at this time. Self-doubt, suicide, depression, all the things he talked about in the album, that was all sitting in my heart at the time. And I feel like that's why Care For Me really connected with me, because this is the reason why I listen to music. Certain types of music at that. When you're going through things in life, it's only a certain thing to turn to, and music was one of those things for me. I wasn't going to turn to talking to anybody because I'm the type of person to shield myself away from everything. So the fact that Saba gave me something to confide in at that time, I'm always love him as an artist for that. I can just describe this project in 3 words, down to earth. I can go on and on about this project. It's just so much passionate writing and so many passionate moments in here. The one thing I will say about Saba's music is that, I'm looking at it from a different lens just because I listened to Mick Jenkins and Chance the Rapper, before he fell off. And Saba is really on the back end of that for me. He's saying it to say that when I first listened to a full, Saba album, which was Care For Me, I was like, damn, man, this nigga sound just like Mick Jenkins. Like, this nigga sound just like Chance the Rapper. But then listening to the album, I realized, he was from Chicago. That whole Midwest vibe, he has that. So I didn't really hold it to him, in that aspect. You got Mick Jenkins, you got Smino, you got Chance the Rapper, you got No Name, you got, all these people that, pick similar beats, rap similar, but it's not the same. The last time I heard Saba was, I think, Plead the Fifth on, Judas and the Black Messiah album with Smino, which brings me to this new project he got, A Few Good Things. I'm going into this project straight open-minded. I don't know what's going on because, honestly, like I told you, I don't follow Saba that often, so I want to hear the music from him. I don't want to look anything up. I didn't hear any singles. I didn't hear nothing. You know what I'm saying? I just want to hear the music because he seems like one of those artists where he can paint a picture for you where you don't even need to look up anything else. It's just right here in the track list. So enough of me talking. Few Good Things, Saba. I said that backwards as hell, but see, I don't even know who this is on the cover staring at me hard as hell. I wish I knew. I wish. Song 1, Free Samples featuring Chef Lee.
I won't stop until I find a way. Oh
my God. This is fucking beautiful.
I'm levitating so much right now. I'm getting like Erykah Badu vibes.
It's been a while since last we saw you under the fire, stuck in this fire. Everybody that look like us, fans don't talk, they tired. They live in the park just dying, make you forget what you fight about. Cause what good is that flight, you ain't flying out your entire house. From Camry cars to get nostalgic, seeing houses that my family lost. They wished upon the star, I called it like I'm Randy Moss. When Granny fought for her property, sponsors then fostered me to spread love through holiday poverty. Hand downs I was given, I thought they were wrong for me. I tell it, cause when you commemorate it, if you're the hot commodity, I tried that invincible shit, but the principle is when it's niggas defending your win, then it's a pendulum shift. I tried to spin it a less.
The way that instrumental just came in was just so beautiful. Like, you see my tone of voice just change just because of the song. Like, I feel like I can't even yell now because of that intro. I'm not even gonna say too much. I'm gonna save it, but Chef Lee, you found a new fan. The way the song was structured, it was just perfect for an intro. Perfect. I don't know what the second song is gonna be. It kind of played into it because it just boom went right into it, but I had to stop it. Still getting nostalgic from seeing houses that my family lost. He mentioned houses twice in this intro. I already feel him in the intro. I already feel him. Like, let's get to song two. Song two, One Way or Every Nigga with a Budget. Damn, that title long as shit.
The peace, but I wanna die. It's a one-way street though. It's a round trip when we fly. It's a million ways to get by. Never one way, one way.
Let it breathe for a long time.
Need a million at the taxes on my spinach, little fashion. Fuck it, buy another, it ain't nothing. I got money, we all splurging on this dumb shit, cause we careless. Gonna be youngins, every nigga with a budget taking. I'm over the pasta that I cannot properly pronounce. Keep my doors open in case a nigga pop up on my couch. One from couldn't afford it, to a nigga cop it without counting. Now my text been for this since a nigga got me in accounting.
Don't do it. Don't do it.
I'm gonna be honest, just off first listen, I ain't even really like the beat like that. First verse, it seemed like he was talking about, you know, him moving to California, you know, him splurging on stuff that he doesn't necessarily need. I mean, like the nigga said, if I can't find my controller, I just buy another one. I like the last part of the hook. I love that. It's a million ways to get by. Never one way, one way. That's a nice line. He talks about him almost not being able to afford a house without an accountant. Need somebody to manage your money. Even in the second song, I'm still getting house. You know, something about a home. I'm still getting that. So I don't know. I see a concept there. Survivor's Guilt featuring Herb. Damn, Herb them have been on every album in 2022 besides the weekends.
Even in the wintertime, they identifying all these niggas dying. Ain't no breaking time for the bacon swine. It's a piece of mind worth leaving. Every people need vacation on an island. All the people say we made it for the line. I got no alliance to no corporate bias. Raise the mortgage high. I'ma stand my ground like a fucking
Mortgage.
swamp. My cousin's still supposed to be here. Raised below poverty.
Cousin.
Now cleaners be careful, they armed and they dangerous for diamonds. Some niggas is spiraling. They want us in boxes but can't contain us. Oh my god, I'm trying to move better. What's really moving too careless? This album's confessions of a man moving quick. One day he regretted. Once I make a band and get rich, 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 rich. Another day. Once I make a band and get rich. Ooh. Once I make a band and get rich, 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 rich. Even in the summertime, maybe mothers crying, talking out of line, you get undermined. It's a real niggas that wanna die. No stopping, make as much as you can, it ain't no option. I'm all across the land, I'm a globe trying cause I left the
Bro, this beat is just hitting me so hard right now. I'm shaking. Herb is about to eat this.
We make 10 bands, we'll be rich, 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 rich.
Herb ain't even come on yet.
Bitch, I was rich at 21, and I'm still on savage shit like 21. Having shit in the sacks, I'm grabbing it, walking, and spend 20K on the average. Really?
Herb just came in and just said it. Bitch, I've been rich since 21. Like, no emotion at all.
Spinning guap, now I got rocks in my ears. Stack it up, put up a lot for the kids. Sometimes you see, but that's not what it is. And when you see me, just acknowledge the G. I'm on top of my shit, cause I have my mans.
My bad, I keep calling him Herb. I'm sorry, G Herbo.
I can't break a sweat, gas up the jet. And then, hey, rain and you get wet. I'm strapped, just check my hip. Hey, all this VV.
They want to send boxes, but can't contain us. Oh my God is right. Like, based on the intro, that was what I was least expecting on this project. G Herbo is placed perfectly on here. I mean, the Chicago connection. I mean, come on. Like, it's definitely the best feature from Herb I heard all year. And he been on every project. Had 0 to my name, so did the gang I was with. Soon as we get 10 bands, we gonna be rich, rich, rich. Should have me in here dancing. Sometimes you see it's not what it is. A lot of niggas don't know that, though. A lot of niggas just go based on what they hear. Everything that's put in front of them, they just base it on that. You know what I mean? They don't even want to hear nobody else's side. Because really, you know, nobody, you know, really be wanting to explain themselves to these people. You know, especially the people that run their whole life through the internet. That song gonna be hard to beat. Song 4, interlude called Circus featuring, damn, this shit long, Aaron Allen Kane.
And I ain't never did the circus out of phone by Motorola, but they built out of surfs. My car in and out like you trying to resuscitate it. wave up on the 50-50 till we make it. I didn't make it to Chicago. When you live in Philly.
About time, I think it's about time. Back then, we didn't bye-bye.
It was total. Now it sound like I don't appreciate what they pay me, but the days in that basement, we trying to recreate it. Was I ready from my high school?
We only on the 4th song, and these use so many different flows already. We didn't get a lot of this on Care For Me. We didn't get a lot of this. He's already showing me some new stuff. Like,
On the west side, everything was perfect. Like, until before I rock it with the circus. Had a few girls, I never did the circus.
got a phone like Monger wrote it, but I've been one out of service. If you don't relate, man, I don't know, man. I feel like these Midwest dudes is just like, I don't, they different when it comes to that broke talk. They just know what to say when it comes to the broke talk. They know who they talking to. And, you know, right now I'm in that lane. I ain't gonna lie. The way he talks about getting into a car wreck and, you know, people looking at him as if he doesn't appreciate what he has, you know, because he doesn't remember the times. He doesn't notice all the small things about being broke. And then the same verse, he ventures off to talk about, you know, trying to recreate the things that he already made, you know, in the basement. Short and sweet. I love it. This Chicago, nigga. Man, I love hearing that shit, man. It just bring back so much nostalgic feeling. Song 5, Fearmonger, featuring Doid. All right, why the cover just changed on me, though? Don't do this, Saba. Don't make me think harder than I have to. I hate that. Well, I love that, but I hate that.
The crib on alert, to a crib with alarms, and security perks, and security hurts, the same way charity works. Okay, every nigga that I know is scared of going rogue. I know if I go, so ain't no option, that's going home.
Those keys in the background, that's really bringing out a lot right now. Because, I mean, I like the beat. It's cool, but it's not really doing too much for me.
Will my fam intervene for a bag of the G's in a black Model 3? Sheesh, passenger seat. Will my fans leave if I can't put asses in seat?
Definitely getting some Kanye vibes. For some reason, I got a lot of Kanye from that track. The gospel choir, you know, even the auto-tune at the end, like that whole section right there was just a lot of, you can just tell was a lot of Kanye influence put into that. The best part of the song was the ending for me. Even in the beginning, I got a little bit of a Kendrick vibe. Once they say more. Don't laugh at me. I can't sing. I can't sing at all. Every nigga that I know is scared of going broke. It don't get more factual than that. I know if I fall back down, ain't nobody there to lend me rope. Like, I'm scared to go back. I ain't had shit to eat. Most of my bread, you know, say it goes to taxes, the actual thieves. Yeah. Fearmonger does live in all of us. But honestly, the hook and, you know, Dode's part was the best part of the song for me, and the ending. I love the ending, but definitely a lot of influence in this track. Kendrick, Kanye, all around the board. Song 6, Come My Way, featuring Crazy Bone.
Oh my God.
Do I gotta go get my weed? Is that what this one is?
Shots from Madison Ave, students acting bad up in the class. Drop out with family and ass. Lie like you plan on going back. Hey, boy, Phil. Had the same friends since I was little. Used to hoop
Facts.
Poppy and Jaleel. Spooky bit the block and drop the tape. Talk about and watch the fire way. Multiply my problems by the day. But side, you know what I for? I'll get the ball in the yeah, in the vessel, I'm telling to be careful because I got open the kid in the family in the kettle from the bottom of the barrel. I'm running like a fan, nigga, does you find presents over where I'm that's all.
There it is right there.
Nigga, this is for the peasants that's worried about the pesos. It's for me. It's for me right here.
Boy, this hook is
I seek to find peace so a nigga drift sometimes. Because you seek to find peace. You don't have peace within. the world you living in.
If I see my joy, they go to the right, I walk to the left. Hey, truly in the even niggas that be hating, they be motivated, cause I'm so creative. Ain't no haters making me wait. All I gotta say is they gon' see me shine.
Oh my God.
They know that the bottle great, who don't come around. And it went good, and it went good, and it went good. All those generations more.
And we good, and we good.
Oh my God, I'm in heaven. Daydreaming, thinking how to get some money, and we good. It's a lot of reminiscence in this album. Like a lot of him looking back on his past when he used to be broke. His storytelling ability is just pouring through all these tracks right now. So it's like you can even look past lines like, I keep it booming like Metro. This is the second time I heard Saba mention Walt again, which, you know, the Care For Me album was about. I can tell even since 2018, I don't know how old these songs are, but I can tell he's still hurt by that. When he switched to the Bone Thugs flow, I was, oh my God, bro. Just the whole vibe of that song is just, like, you just know he has a great ear because that's a perfect song to put Crazy Bone on. Just perfect. He's my favorite Bone Thugs and Harmony member, by the way. He's always been the best rapper to me. Even niggas that be hating be motivated. Crazy Bone with Crazy. It's one of those songs where it's like the hook is so simple, but the whole vibe of the song, the whole instrumentation, just the whole aura of it, it just carries it right into place, right into its correct place. That's my favorite so far. Song 7, Still, featuring Smino and Black. This is a deadly combo. I already know what's gonna happen. If y'all don't know, Smino is one of my favorites. Like, he's literally in my top 10.
Is this backwards?
Still missing my leg, still smoking like crack, still can't believe this is all real. Still rough around, still right here beside you, still trying to find a big thing. I gotta feel, yeah, I wanna be here, but I got moves to make. There's so many people working for me nowadays that I don't even know who I pay. Okay, I'm still right here beside you. You too, I know I'm more elusive, but her grip never get looser, and that's why I don't want to lose her. I know too many women. I try to be profound, but you get lost with me. I had to leave you, put it on hold until you were crossing me again. Still missing my leg, still smoking like crazy with me. Still loving these hoes, still don't really need no more. Still, my life is like a film.
First little touch of love we getting on the album. I don't know what the instrument is, but I love that sound. That, well, I mean, that's not the sound, but the.
Still on your mama, live right out Papa Roach. Still be calling, told me she love me. Still got a bunch, still, so it's fucking real disgusting. Still got my gun inside of the punch. Still, young Shakespeare, Nova, racer. I wrote this verse in stone. Soaked up over, still tapped in with your home. Life is like a film, set in a different realm. I'm still trying to decide. Still, rushes around.
Oh yeah. Yes. This can play out. Yes.
Just so beautiful. To be honest with you, Black is a genius. Just because, like, it's very rarely that you hear a hook where every line means something. Every line comes together. They all are cohesive. Our life is like a film set in a different realm. I still can't decide how I feel. The way he just kept bringing it back to I'm still. Like, he was beginning with I'm still and ending with I'm still. That's just great writing. You be trying to work or trying to chase your dream so much that you don't really have time for her. And, you know, sometimes you don't want to make time for her. But then that brings it all back to, you know, I got to be still. I got to be still.
Keep absolutely still. This vision's based on movement.
You're just going to end up back where the song all started. Still missing my lady, still smoking like crazy. I didn't like Smino's verse until he switched it, until he switched the flow and got into his Smino bag. I already knew when he was coming in because on the bridge, ha, 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 ha. You know, we high. I'm high too. I love when these types of artists come together just because you just going to get magic every time. I knew it. Great track. Song 8, A Simple Timer featuring Marieba. When I seen this feature, I was like, yeah. I can't wait to hear this. Just because The Jungle Is the Only Way Out was one of my favorite projects of 2019. And, you know, on the Religion joint, she did crazy on that too. The Dreamville album, she did her thing on there. Like, I just love her voice. Like, her voice is like so smooth.
Weird beat.
It's hard as hell for me to focus on the lyrics. Like I don't like this beat at all.
In a simple autumn weather, get my daughter artist left when her father laid to rest. The money never made me, I'm more than I invest. In the morning I'm a mess, but waking up next to makes it worth it. that I put
I
in
like
more
that.
effort.
Hold on, it might be growing on me. Hold on. That was a simpler time. Is he saying being broke was better?
Things got slow and times got too complicated. Yeah. Page myself to face it. I like to see when it hits the horizon. Yeah. No one can shake me now, even beside me now. Been long and sing my song so black and free. That's all of it. And our persons work like the purchases, filling purses of wealthy circus, nail down the river, filling up the place of worship.
Oh, the imagery.
Come on, come break the curses. Paint a new picture perfect.
You did. Before I get to Saba's verse, I just gotta say Marieba has the best feature on this album for me so far. She took it from G Herbo. The way she can just lay down a smooth picture for you. It's just nobody else really has that for me right now. And she delivers it every time. Like that feature just brought a lot out of the track for me. It even like made the beat even more listenable for me. As it went on, it grew on me a little bit. I feel like if a little bit more listens, I feel like it'll probably grow on me for sure. But for right now, I'm still standing on the beat wasn't for me. It was just a little too unorthodox. The money never made me. I'm worth more than I invest. Like, what is he saying? Is he saying he doesn't invest enough time into his craft? Because, I mean, I don't hear that on this album. That was actually a solid track, you know, a lot because of Marieba, but, you know, it plays into the concept of the album, so I like it because of that. Song 9, Soldier, featuring Pivot Gang.
Sometimes you got down. Other times we feel like we're going like dogs now.
Stop talking to me like that. Talk regular, nigga. Ooh.
What I'ma tell them when the time get hit? I'm dying from asphyxiation from the weight of the world. Running the waiting room, waiting for the birth of my girl. But I'ma be a truth, trying to be the truth. It's not impossible to think that we just made a mistake. Cause the faith of the Father is a sacred art to the city. An example, cause safety is something that is not here like a man's tool. It's like I'm drafted and I gotta lead a family. I'm just hoping I return with all my body parts attached to me.
Oh my God.
I know I'm poor, but I don't wanna go to war. The whole mission, I just miss me and more. In trenches among
Who's this?
The sword, watching my back like my ass getting fat. Told recruiters right before they shoot. In camouflage, I still be a snack, be a star in the desert. Like the Bible, like beautiful girls. I have dudes suicidal. They can't shock a bullet in a rifle, and it's too hot. Just imagine when the gun let.
Alright, he made up for it. He made up for that line. What's going on?
All of this can go bad. Then what's the point of trying?
Man. That's the best rapping Saba did on this whole album. Like literally, he slid on that. Up until this point, it's been more melodies, you know, from Saba. And he gave us a deep verse. Real deep verse. Talks about the weight being on his shoulders in the waiting room when he was waiting on his baby girl to be born. I think this song is Saba reminiscing about him being back in Chicago, you know, because he mentions you can't be a troop and lead your own troop. I think he's referencing the fathers being in the streets and, you know, not taking care of their kids pretty much. He's almost negating the fact that was even an option for him, especially after this baby girl was born. Imagine it's a rainy ass day and your baby mama going to labor and you got to catch a cab. Like, I don't know who's featured on this track, but he almost lost me because, you know, watching my back like my ass getting fat. It's very rarely that you can recover from that. And he did. He paints a beautiful picture about being in Chicago and the surroundings around him and, you know, not wanting to go to war because we all know what goes on outside, you know what I'm saying? And, you know, him being in that environment, you know, he still doesn't want to, you know, be in that life, but he's kind of forced to. He also mentions a little bit about police brutality, you know, shit that go on in the hood. I like the song. I like the beat. I like both verses. Great feature from dude. Great feature. Put it down below, please. Another smooth, chill, laid back beat from Saba. It's like you can't beat that. You can't beat that sound. That sound is just so beautiful. It brings out so much. When a sound like this, I feel like you gotta have a catchy hook. You gotta have a catchy hook, something that stands out. And on this, the verses stood out. The verses stood out so much that you didn't even need a hook, really. But when you put a beautiful hook on there like that, I don't know what to say. Song 10, If I Had a Dollar, featuring Benjamin Earl Turner.
If I had a dollar every time I failed, I'd be a rich nigga. Take a loss, take a win, take a breath, take it there, take it time. If I had a dollar all the times I failed, I'd be a rich nigga. Money that
Oh my God.
take a loss, take a win, take a breath, take it there, take it time.
This is fucking amazing.
Reading the words of a few good men. Childhood ways take the food out your hand. Lonely the gang got the crew that it was all on you. I can't even count all the shots I missed. That nigga gotta say you be scared to shoot. But I can't call it, it is what it is. Time I did fail, nigga I be rich. If I had a dollar every time I failed, I'd be a rich nigga.
Would I be wrong if I'm getting a little Kirk Bangs from this? Kirk Bangs, remember him?
I got this drink in my cup.
Not all the time I fail.
Come on.
If I had a dollar all the times I failed, I'd be a rich nigga.
Ransom, I can pay him with this national anthem. I had all these bags like a Badu ballad. Now we making bags off the word salad. Masterpieces like until my brain turned to a purple haze. Music feeling niggas in the eye counted. I'm rich.
If I had $1 for every time I fail, I'd be a rich nigga. Saba got major quotables so far. I ain't gonna lie, a lot of captions I'm gonna use, even though I don't post pictures. The hooks are really hitting for me on this project. Like all the way through. Like all the hooks are just perfect. Take a loss, take a breath, take a time. Yeah. I probably did that wrong as hell, but Saba is literally telling us, go and fail. Go out there, don't be scared to take chances. That's basically what this song is all about. This song speaks to me. You know what I'm saying? I done missed plenty shots. You know what I'm saying? On and off the court. You know what I'm saying? I would have made that too. As soon as I heard his voice, I was like, damn, I heard him before. I was like, but then I was like, man, I think he was on like one of No Name's project. I can't remember which one it was. Everybody's doing a great job as a feature of bringing everything together. Because, you know, you have some albums where you have features where they take away from certain songs. You be like, damn, like why he put him on here? Like it could have been just been good with you on it. But this album is the total opposite. It's like everybody is adding their flavors perfectly to this gumbo. Had to master patience like I'm about it. I like that line. That's a smooth line. Great track. It's not smooth. It's nothing like the past few tracks that we had. It's nothing like those tracks. It's more like on the level of, you know, the G Herbo track that we had. Song 11, Stop That. Oh, all right. We finally getting a solo track. All these past few tracks have features, so we're going to see. We're going to see Saba. I'm saying that because the only song I don't like on here so far is the one without a feature. You know, I'm just saying.
Today some fellas are leaving, come but feeling mistreated. And so I think you whole niggas should bow in the presence of greatness. Let's go. Stop that. Stop it, please. We talking about generational wealth. Imagine a mansion. I feel like a man in the master in the vein living. I'm pretending I'm thankful at Thanksgiving. I just bought a tent, you can't change.
Ooh, that ball hit. I pretended I'm thankful at Thanksgiving. I hope he said that because that's what I heard. What?
You not one of them, to them, you might get grim like a gremlin. Stop that.
7 7 3 3 4 5 9 5 2 3 is not available.
I'm gonna just start with I didn't like the hook. Stop that. Stop it, please. Yeah, I didn't like that. To me, it just didn't sound good. On this record, I did love Saba's flow. The beat actually brought me in a little bit more. The beat, because at first I didn't like the beat, but then I got that background, a little bit of weird noise that you usually get in, you know, a Travis Scott track or something like that. You gotta do it for the people in the pictures in your grandma's living room. The people that heard her say, "Give me the belt." You know what he said. That shit was funny. I get a little bit of Saba wanting his flowers, honestly. And, you know, he's screaming at us right now. He said, you whole niggas should bow down in the presence of greatness, you know? Again, I'm just getting this emotion from Saba where he's just battling with being, you know, this famous rap star and, you know, battling if being broke was better. You know what I mean? He's saying the fame is bittersweet. I see all my potential in pain dealing. This success shit is bittersweet, but pretty forgetful track in my opinion. I ain't gonna lie, that's 2 for 2 of Saba being by himself on the album. 2 songs I really don't like. You know, I like the concept of Stop That. I like the concept. Song 12, Make Believe, featuring Fouché. Man, he got the ladies on here, man. He got the ladies on here that I love. I love these women. And Fouché holds a special place in my heart just because Take Me Home was one of my favorite songs of that year, and she was one of the main reasons. That's what we get, huh?
everything I could ever need, and I try to keep that in mind anytime I meet a man trying to sell a dream. It ain't no one telling me what to sing, and the people around. Just lost a friend to an overdose, made me question what I'm even so before. Cause I used to think that I was scared to die, but I don't even know no more. Look where I made it, it's like a thing, so I feel it when they're looking after me. My heart used to be filled with jealousy for what others had amongst other things. And then when y'all sit in the same room, you realize they ain't what they saying.
Facts.
Yeah, food on the table, I'm grateful I don't give a fuck about a label. Yeah, they put a meal on the table, but my granny really put meals on the table.
We ain't doing no fucking labels. You hear me? No labels. Oh my, these fucking beat drops. It's funny, the album is so cohesive because he's using the same type of instrumentation. It all flows so smoothly together that it's like you don't even notice it. You don't even notice that it's not a repetitive that you get tired of. This is a repetitive you want more of. Come on, give it to me. Yeah. Whoa. I love that he's doing this with his voice too. It adds more texture. Y'all know this shit hard. Wait, where's some shit at though? No, he didn't. No, he didn't. I don't want to put pressure on you, baby. I don't want to do that. Trust me. I got everything I ever need, and I try to keep that in mind. Any nigga come up to me with a dream, that's just real nigga shit. Like, beautiful. Just beautiful. Like, Saba feels guilty about being on tour, you know, away from his family. I feel like he wants to balance how he goes about that now. Because it seems like Saba is essentially saying, like, you know, I love this just as much as I love this. You know, I love y'all just as much as I love this. This song is just deep in the fact that you're talking about losing a friend to overdose. Like, that's something that you're already battling with. But then it goes into this flip where Saba questions why he's even sober anymore. That's crazy. The people that he wanted to share these aspirations and dreams with the most, they're not here anymore to celebrate it with him. And, you know, that goes into the Survivor's Guilt, which plays into the concept of the project. It's funny because Saba used to be jealous as hell. He said he used to be jealous as hell. He used to be a jealous ass nigga. You know what I'm saying? I feel like we all go through that until you realize what he realizes. And I agree with him. You know, when you walk in the room and you see what you've been admiring and been jealous of this whole time, and you've realized it's a fucking fantasy because none of these people are who you think they are. And that's something that Saba overcame, you know, being jealous of certain people, you know, because he got his eyes open. She literally said, I can't fuck with nothing fake. That's too much pressure. But made it sound so beautiful and dreamy. Playlist. That's one of my favorite cuts on this album so far. And that's saying a lot because I like a lot of songs on here. Song 13, 2012, featuring Day Wave. I don't know who Day Wave is, but Saba has been putting these features in a perfect place. So, like, I'm guessing he gonna put me on somebody else hard. Still get them nature sounds throughout the whole project. I love that.
Yeah, two students that had each other back in the world against them, who barely showed up to class once they had each other's attention. I'm down to spend every minute that I keep. Music's our common interest. We rambling about Kendrick and Kid Cudi. I'm trying to put her on to shit that she
That's what I want. I want that.
The kind of bond where it get hard not to fall in your feelings. But she talking about friendship. A similar commute, we on the same side of town and her school close. Wanna start to the porch for a new thing. Yeah, a new thing. Yeah.
Oh my God.
We'll get lost in the world. We don't got them mature, we're just young kids. And so far, I had everything I need. Everything. They pay back. So we escaped it all in the booth with the playback. Cause this the only place that we knew you were safe at.
I'm guessing it's the feature. I'm getting Post Malone vibes. Beautiful song, beautiful instrumental, beautiful verse. The storytelling in this entire record is just so potent. Saba is really making you visualize everything. Sometimes that's all a nigga asks for. It's just a girl to talk to about music. You know, so I want to listen. I want to talk about Kid Cudi and Kendrick too. The shit Saba say is just so relatable. Like the stories he's telling, like, oh, she talking about friendship, you know, after I just spent all this time. Every nigga get put in a friend zone at some point. You know, you just got to overcome that. Saba's expressing that he used to have social anxiety, and if he wasn't right in the verse, you know, he really couldn't talk. He really couldn't express himself. And I'm guessing that was Day Wave on the chorus. I mean, he was all right. He was a cool ad, I guess. You know what I mean? It wasn't really nothing I feel like that needed to be added, but it was cool. Nice and subtle voice. It went along with the song. You know, it gave him a credit. I like that song a lot just based on the fact of how deep it is. And sonically, it's just appeasing. Album cut, outro, few good things. Damn, this shit's 7 minutes. Featuring Black Thought and, Aaron back. I'm gonna try to focus because Black Thought be going crazy when you figure out what he's saying.
I ain't never been one to burn bridges or burn a bag.
This beat.
I'm running with it too. The only thing changed when I paid for the tennis shoe. Like Eminem on stage, boy blue. This is living proof. Bad things come in threes, good things come in few.
Ooh.
And they only want a few things. We went back to where we start from. Niggas rapping blocks like the taxi wars, but the thing about turf is that it never actually grows. I tried to focus on the sprouts like a grocery store, but then the whole shit in my way.
Yeah, that shit almost. I ain't gonna lie, that's one of the hardest bars on the album.
Because believing in yourself not often celebrated. People projecting a mirror image that is merely hatred. The feeling faces is the same as me and Pure Jason. All truth, you know I don't lie. Like Shakira shaking iridescent. People shooting colors, I assume they true. All the fears I have to run from.
I feel like another beat drop is coming. And the beat drops on this project has been amazing so far. Oh, come on.
Not the only one.
Oh, it almost got me.
My mother, she was cut from the cloth in South Carolina Gullah. She knew to keep the rule the right amount of color. Her old soul remind you of somebody I was well.
He sounds so good over this.
Grown acting like they still in school, but in the grand scheme of things, it all seems pretty minuscule. A cool toast to the people we in the close, like the water headed for the coast. I'm wild wolf, what I'm haunted by is more than ghost. And sway slipper sipping the morning roast, listening to Harlan Oaks. Once the flex on the ash, SP becoming tools. I'm unenthused, when good things come in fuels.
Where am I?
I tried that invincible shit, but the principle is when it's niggas defending your wig, then it's a pendulum shift. I tried to spin a little less like a minimalist, but got us moving to the Pacific in hopes that it would be different. The boat we was on had physics that left some of us swimming. Don't naturally literally dangle $1 million when oxygen was the mission. We just wanna breathe. We been idiots. Glass half full, the other half was the emptiness. We turned a bunch of nothing to abundance.
That last track was just poetry at its finest. Seems like Saba was having a little guilt of not taking everybody with him, but he's come to terms with, you can't do that. He said he's still with the same people, the same women, and it is best to keep it like that. I'm not gonna lie. I like how he switched it up at the end of the verses when, I think the first verse he said, bad things come in threes, good things come in few. Then he said, bad things come in threes, good things coming soon. Good things coming soon for you, Saba, for sure. This is a piece of art right here. That last verse he put on here is just... That was just a great way to end the album. Like, I don't even have no words for it. That's the best rapping he did on his whole album. When I was going through this whole album, I was like, I don't know. It seemed like Saba kind of lost a little bit lyrically because there was some lines on here where I was like, He just shut me up. He shut me all the way up, with that last verse. I feel like Black Thought verse was so fruitful as well. Him painting a picture about his mom talking to him about things, about being young, the things that, young kids think they know everything. When your mom's talking to you, trying to teach you some things, you always look at her and be like, man, this shit seems small as hell. But, hey, man, a lot of the shit my mom told me, it came true. Black Thought just has a great way of poetically putting it. Like, he put it in a great poetic format where it's like, you got to, like, take it apart. Instrumentally, this project was so beautiful. It was just beautiful. Even the hard-hitting tracks, the tracks that are upbeat, the one with G Herbo. I see why Saba took so long to put this out. He had a lot to get off his chest on this project. This just confirms for me that Saba's music is just so relatable, deep, and hard-hitting. He's so transparent with his audience. For him to give you a song like If I Had $1, you know what I mean? Like, telling you how many times he failed with this shit. You know what I mean? Like, a lot of people won't even show you that. A lot of people won't tell you that. You just get that real Chicago hippie vibe from the project. In my opinion, this project really shows me that Saba is still battling with, being rich and being broke. Not necessarily rich, but, fighting to where he's got to and reminiscing on the places where he's been. It seems like Saba misses the old times. He's reminiscing on the old times, even, talking about the people he lost. That got to be his grandpa on the cover because he did a lot of mentions of grandma's basement, grandpa's house, them losing the house, them trying to keep the house. You can just really hear the growth in Saba's music. just from the different flows he gives you and, you know, the things that he's talking about. Like, he's really giving you his whole life in this project. He's really giving you all he has. Shout out to all the features for this project. I already know the woman was going to come through. Foshi, Marieba. This album has so many like connecting stories and connecting points for me. Like, it seemed like a lot of things he was saying earlier in the album, it came full circle at the end. Because even in the interlude called Circus, he talks about back in 2012 when everything was perfect before the records hit the servers, and then connecting that bridge later on in the album in the song 2012, where he was reminiscing as a kid, you know, just going outside having fun. You know what I mean? Not having to worry about bills or worrying about, you know, taking care of the fam. You know, you just had fun, and that was a better time for Saba. Saba talks about earlier on cherishing, you know, the things that don't matter in life, you know, not necessarily materialistic things, but attaining the more finer things in life earlier on in his career. Then you get him come to realization that, you know, it's the small things in life, like, you know, family, which isn't a small thing, but it's just the few good things that you get in life. On the outro track, he really just tells you in a poetic way, just, you know, cherish the small things in life. That's the most important. Black Thought's verse was so powerful just because it's just one line even wrapped up the whole album for me. Let's have a toast to the people we adore most. And I feel like that's essentially what this album is about. You know, having a toast to the people he adores most. Even with all the struggles and shit that he has to carry on, being in that position where, you know, he has to take care of his whole family and put himself in the forefront. He's really accepting that responsibility now. And I feel like this album really helped him do that. I'm really just surprised he was able to condense, you know, all of this into 48 minutes. He put a lot of context and content in 48 minutes. I'm not gonna lie, I'm still a little mad because I don't get why he's flipping in between covers. Like, I hope this has some meaning to it. I didn't watch the short film, so I don't know if the short film has anything to do with it, but I'm gonna look at it. On the caveat to this whole album review, this still has something to do with it, but you see what happens when you leave the creative process to the artist, the true artist, and not dickheads in suits. This is the type of art you get when you're independent. I feel like it would be hard for a label to even push this as mainstream just because it's not mainstream. And that's why I think I like it so much, because it's just so authentic. It's no fakeness in it. You can just tell it's real raw. Saying all that to say, you know, stay independent, Saba. Please. Saba, man. Beautiful, great project, man. Beautiful. Best project I heard all year. Deepest project I heard all year. Very transparent. I love it. This is gonna be hard to beat for me. I know we still in February, but it's gonna be hard to beat. Thank y'all for watching, man. I'm serious. Thank y'all for watching. I appreciate it. I appreciate everything. Everybody that laid eyes on me, I really appreciate it. You know, if you like the video, you know, like the video. If you want to subscribe. You know what I'm saying? Oh yeah, my favorite track's gonna be at the bottom. At Saba, Few Good Things. Beautiful, man. We gone.